This is Donnie Buckaloo with Buckaloo Chevrolet. After 2.5 years, I'm proud to say we have new Chevrolets in stock today and are receiving new inventory daily. At Buckaloo Chevrolet, what you see is what you get. We don't charge market adjustments or added equipment you don't want. The price you see is the price you pay, so don't pay over MSRP. On I-45 in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
For over 40 years, Wood Forest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
At this time, fans, we ask that you please rise as we honor America and all of those who protect it. With the playing of the national anthem and the presentation of the colors by the Caney Creek Junior ROTC. And they are tonight U.S. Flag, Cadet Petty Officer, 3rd Class, Cruz. Texas Flag, Cadet Chief Select Trujillo. Left Rifle, Cadet Lieutenant Walters. Right Rifle, Cadet Senior Chief
All right, and we are underway. Deep kick, driven back around the 4-yard line where it'll be fielded, coming up to the 10, 15. Got some room up to around the 25-yard line. Good run back there, a 20-yard run back. Jaden Graves on the return for New Caney Creek, and that's where they will take over. It looks like the ball is going to be sitting right at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. First possession. Initial possession. First quarter. Caney Creek's played a couple of quarterbacks this year. We're looking to see who is going to take the starting nod tonight. Aguilar is going to be the starting quarterback. Little toss in the middle. He'll get about 3 or 4 out of it. Bring the ball out to about the 28-yard line. 2nd and 8. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek.
Tackle made by number 95, Brian
Leonardo on the tackle for Oak Ridge.
4-yard gain for the Panthers brings up
We're going to give him 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Just underway. 11:23 left in the first quarter. No score. Aguilar under center. Little sweep play. Trying to make the corner. Will be hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down for no gain. Maybe a loss. Looks like he's going to lose a yard. We'll see where they spot it. Graves again on the carry. Fleeks on the tackle for the War Eagles. Yeah, it looks like he lost a yard. We're going to call it 3rd and 7. Good defensive play. Fleeks read that one. Strung it out. Brought him down for the loss. Third down, Caney Creek. Ball sitting on their own 28-yard line. A little quick out in the flat, and it'll be dropped. Did not see an indication that it was a lateral. Either way, he recovered it. 4th down, and Caney Creek will send their punting team out onto the field. Garcia doing the punting honors for Caney Creek tonight. Again, the ball's wet. Kind of a wobbly kick, travels good. Fair catch? No, not a fair catch. Taken off his feet immediately right at the 40-yard line. Morgan on that, fielding that punt for the War Eagles, and that's where they'll take over their initial possession here in the first quarter. 9:41 left in the first quarter. That's where War Eagles will start. Steve Smedley will be their starting quarterback tonight. Two receivers on the near side, one on the far. He'll hand it off to his halfback, and he's got some room up to the 45, 50. Now it's a foot race, and it looks like he will go the distance. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Frankie Arthur. Spoke highly of him earlier, said look for him as an impact player tonight. Scores on the first play from scrimmage. Webb doing the extra kick honor. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:30 left in the first quarter, our new score, Oak Ridge 7, Caney Creek 0. Looks like that rain is continuing to fall, but perhaps not as much and not as bad as it was earlier. Quite a few umbrellas over there on the other side of the field from the Oak Ridge faithful, who've made the short trip up I-45 here to Buddy Moorhead Stadium. Caney Creek will again send out their receiving team. Oak Ridge will again send out their kicking team. Graves and Ramsher back to receive for Caney Creek. Njoku kicking for Oak Ridge. Good, strong kicker. Doesn't take a lot of steps, but he's got a strong foot. Almost looks like he's kicking field goals, but he's kicking that ball deep. It'll be fielded right at about the 6-yard line for a fair catch. That'll be brought out to the 25. And that's where Caney Creek will take over on their second possession, trailing this one now 7-0. 9:30 left in the first quarter. Caney Creek really not in playoff contention at this point, but also at this time of the year, it's when you can definitely play spoiler. Hand off in the middle, a little bit of room there. Ball loose. And the indication is the Oak Ridge War Eagles have it. Wilson recovering that ball for the War Eagles. And just like that, the War Eagles are back in business. Ball sitting on the Caney Creek, looks like the 34-yard line. That's where Smedley will go back in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side. He'll hand it off to his halfback. And he's got room, running, down to the 20-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Frankie Arthur again on the carry. Watch this Oak Ridge team this year, and they have improved tremendously. Not that they were a bad team earlier in the year, but they have just gotten so much stronger. As I mentioned earlier, right now they are tied with Willis, trying to get those 3rd and 4th playoff positions behind New Caney and the Woodlands. Looking to throw. Got his man wide open, got a step, and a little short. Little ball was a little underthrown. He was open there for a minute, and I think if the ball had had a little more mustard on it, it would have been a touchdown. Harold, the intended receiver for that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball now sitting on the 20-yard line of Caney Creek. And he'll hand it off. And he'll elude tacklers and make it out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Arthur on the carry again. I suspect that's going to be a name we're going to hear a lot tonight. Remember, he is 2nd in the district in rushing at this point. 1st and goal. Ball on the 9. Hand off to Arthur again. He's looking to make the corner. And some penetration there by the Caney Creek defense, and he'll be taken off his feet. Probably about a 1-yard gain. Mendez, the tackle, gets a tackle on that one. Looks like he got it down to the 6-yard line. Two receivers on the far side. He'll hand it again to Arthur. And he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. So like that, the War Eagles have jumped out to a 13-0 lead, awaiting the extra point. Webb in there for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. So our new score was 7:59 left in the first quarter. The War Eagles 14, Caney Creek 0. I mentioned that other game tonight being played down at Woodforest. That game is also, of course, being streamed on the Conroe ISD Sports channel on YouTube. That is College Park taking on district leader New Caney.
Conroe ISD would like to thank our anchor partners for their support. Buckaloo Chevrolet, Wood Forest National Bank.
We'll try to get some scores on those games as we go through the night. Again, that bigger matchup is the Woodlands just up I-45 taking on Willis. Willis is needing to win that game, I should say, to stay in playoff contention. They can still make it with a loss, but they'll need help. Graves and Ramshire again back to receive for the Panthers. And Joko doing the kicking. He's going to take a few more steps back this time. I wonder if he's going to try to put it through the through the goalpost. And it'll roll up to around the 15, up to the 20, taking off his feet around the 24-yard line. Graves on that return for Caney Creek. Jackson on the tackle for the War Eagles. And that's where the Panthers will take over. Ball sitting on their own 23-yard line, trailing this one 14-0. 7:53, been a slow quarter. 7:53 left in the first quarter. Aguilar under center. He'll hand it off. Got a little bit of a room there. Ho closes quickly. Linebacker number 99 takes him down. Ajanye gets credit for that tackle. We'll call it second and a long 8. Two receivers on the near side. Caney Creek trying to get something established here on offense. Look off to the flat. The ball was underthrown a little bit. Throwing to his receiver over here on the near side. A little quick out. Ball was underthrown. Pass intended for Mize. He did his best to dig it out of the dirt, but just not enough quite to make it. It'll be 3rd and 8. I think the rain has stopped. Just wet and humid out there. Yeah, very misty tonight. Third down, two receivers on the far side. Going back, looking to throw. Throw a little cross pattern, hit him in the numbers, and let it drop. Pass intended for Banks. Good, hard pass. Maybe had a little bit too much on it. A little bit too much mustard. Got his hands on it, but it bounced off his chest. Fell incomplete. That'll bring out the kicking team, punting team for Caney Creek. Garcia back to punt for Caney Creek. Good snap. Almost blocked. Takes an Oak Ridge bounce. And Oak Ridge will take over with some outstanding field position. Looks like the ball is going to be on the Caney Creek 33-yard line. They're already leading this one 14-0. May have actually got a piece of that ball on the kick. It went high, but didn't go very far. I think it may have gotten a piece of it, or at least it caused the punter to adjust his kick a little bit. Didn't get enough foot into it. Turned out to be about a 10-yard punt. Smedley hand off to his halfback. He's got a little bit of room there. Looks like they're going to give him about 5 out of it. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. might not see Arthur as much tonight as we thought.
Number 38, Justin Hayes on the carry.
With Oak Ridge definitely in the playoff hunt at this point. Hand off again to Hayes. He's got room. Breaks into the secondary all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Good open field blocking there. Eludes tacklers. Correa on the tackle for Caney Creek. I believe that was Hayes again on the carry.
Making the stop for the Panthers, number 12.
Oak Ridge earning that rushing yardage in large chunks at this point. 1st and 10. Ball on the 10-yard line. Or correction, on about the 13-yard line. Penalty flag comes out. That's thrown typically in the area of holding. We'll see what the signal is. Hayes again on the carry. I believe I see an indication for holding. We'll see. That's where the flag is typically thrown for holding or a block in the back. We'll see. And that is our indication. So that's a spot foul. That'll push the War Eagles all the way back to the 20, looks like 23-yard line. Still 1st down. Still leading at 14-0. Smedley in the shotgun, looking to throw. Going to be looking toward the end zone. He's got his receiver at a perfect pass for a touchdown. Did a little fade pattern there. Hit his man perfectly in stride. Porter on the reception for the War Eagles. That's one you want to watch the replay. Not sure we're going to have a replay. Pretty pass. Hit him in stride right when he broke into the open. Went into the end zone untouched. Webb doing the kicking. And our new score with 5:35 left in the first quarter is the Oak Ridge War Eagles 21. Here's our replay. Hit him right in stride, right over his shoulder. I suspect the War Eagles will want to keep a few of those or save a few of those for playoffs. Last check, the Astros were 0-0 with the Phillies down in Houston. That game probably just started about 20 minutes ago. Good high. Somewhat short kick. It'll be fielded about the 15 up to the 20, 25, and that's where he'll be hit hard and taken off his feet around the 27-yard line. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. Morgan on the tackle. Much improved weather conditions at this point. Still quite misty. We're not having that. Looks like rain falling out there. I take that back looking up at the lights. Looks like it's just a light, steady rain. Just enough to make the field and the ball slick. All right, Caney Creek 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line, trailing this one 21-0. Toss back, looking for some daylight, and it will not be there. He'll be taken down probably for no gain. Ramsher on the carry for Caney Creek. Just that defensive front for Oak Ridge was waiting on him.
Coming up making the tackle for the War Eagles at 28, Jacon Reed, please.
We're going to give the entire defensive front credit for that one. On the tackle. You could have picked any of them and they would have probably had part of the credit. Aguilar under center. Toss back, a little bit of a reverse. Read perfectly as a ball on the ground. Looks like Caney Creek got the ball back. Whew, dodged a bullet there. A little bit of a reverse play, and there was such penetration by the Oak Ridge defense that one of their defensive linemen, I think, could have taken the handoff if he had wanted. That'll push Caney Creek back to around the 21-yard line. We're going to call it 3rd and 20. That's what the scoreboard says. Or the ball on the 20. We'll say 3rd and 19. Whistle. And we have a timeout for Caney Creek. So with 3:56 left in the first quarter, our score is 21 Oak Ridge, 0 by Caney Creek. Again, we'll try to check those scores on the Woodlands-Willis game being played just up the road here. That's probably the game with the greatest playoff ramifications tonight. Yeah, the Astros looks like it's 0-0 in the top of the second. Appreciate you joining us for tonight's contest. Like I said, we're in week 10. Next week will be the final week of the regular season, and those playoffs will be decided next week. Some key games being played tonight and next week. All right, Caney Creek 3rd down now, possession down. 3rd, and scoreboard says 18, so we'll go with that. Aguilar looking to throw as a handoff. Good fake, good fake. He'll be taken down from behind. Graves on the carry. He almost broke it. Zemer on that, I would call that almost a touchdown saving tackle. He had broken through the initial line of scrimmage. It was in the secondary. And with a little speed, I think he could have made it, taken down again from behind. That'll send out the punter for Caney Creek. Snap, bad snap, but picked up in a nice long turnover kick. It'll take a good Caney Creek bounce. Looks like it'll go out of bounds right at about the 38-yard line of Oak Ridge, and that's where they will take over.
38-yard line. War Eagles take over 1st and 10.
And now it's almost pouring rain here. No lightning, so we will wind coming in too. This may be that actual front coming through now. Flags here on the side of the press box pretty much standing out straight out of the north too. So this may be the last of it. Smedley back in the shotgun. 2 receivers near, 1 on the far. He'll hand it off. Got some room. Offensive line for Oak Ridge is just opening some massive holes at this point. Good 5-yard gain. He ran 5 yards, I think, before he was touched. Morgan on the carry for the War Eagles. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Cook on the tackle for Caney Creek. 2nd and 5, again in the shotgun. 2 halfback set, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. He'll hand it off again. And ball is loose. And it had to be, let's see who's got it. Oak Ridge did retain possession of the ball. One of those defensive linemen, number 54, looks like was the one who fell on it. Saved that day for Oak Ridge. Guzman recovered the fumble there. That ball shot up in the air like it had been, like it was a piece of ice cream that had gotten squeezed out of his arms. You can see the rain on the on the screen there, coming down pretty hard now. 1st and 10 for Oak Ridge. Smedley in the shotgun, and the ball went right through his hands. And he'll fall on it way back at the 38-yard line. That could have been a combination of he wasn't quite ready and a very slick ball. We'll call it 2nd and about 21 now. Handoff. He'll make the corner on his feet. 45 up to just short of the 50-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him the 50-yard line with his forward progress. Now they're going to step it back to around the 48, 49. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. That rain is coming down in sheets. I wouldn't call it a torrential rain, but it's definitely coming down in sheets. Handoff again. Looked like the same play. Taken down from behind, he'll get some yardage out of it. Not enough for the first down. That'll bring up 4th down, decision down for Oak Ridge. Hayes on the carry. Cook on the tackle for Caney Creek. 4th down. Looks like Oak Ridge is going to leave their offense out on the field. Leading this one 21-0, only 27, 26 seconds. They may be waiting for, let's see what the 25-second clock only has 14 and counting, and the game clock has 19, so they're going to have to run a play here or call timeout, and that's what they're going to do. So with 15 seconds left in the first quarter, our score is Oak Ridge 21, Caney Creek 0, and we're playing in a rainstorm. But I can tell you half those players, if not most of them, like it. Football is a game that plays, like rugby, played very well in the rain. Although it oftentimes has more of a neutralizing effect. I'm sure the same is happening up the road at Willis, where they're taking on the Woodlands, and down the road, where College Park is taking on New Caney. It'll be 4th down for the War Eagles. Looks like they're going to leave their offense out on the field. It's 4th and about 6. Scoreboard says 7. And the rain is not letting up. Snap back, handoff, hit at the line of scrimmage, and I think he's going to have it. Yeah, no, I take that back. No, he's going to be well short of it. Well short of the first down. The ball will go over on downs to Caney Creek. We'll take an official timeout. I think we have to give some homage tonight, some credit to the drill teams. The bands have taken cover under the stadium, but I can see the Oak Ridge drill team is in the stands over there in their rain gear, as is the Caney Creek drill team. They came prepared for it. Not to mention the cheerleaders for both squads are still on the field. This is homecoming for Caney Creek tonight here at Buddy Moorhead Stadium. Looks like right now New Caney is leading College Park 14-7 just down the road at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Handoff in the middle, and there's nowhere to go. Nice little scrum. They might give him a half a yard on that one. It'll make it 2nd. We'll call it 9, and that'll end the first quarter. Our score, Oak Ridge 21, Caney Creek 0. All right, we're continuing now. Second 9 for Caney Creek. The ball sitting on their own 45-yard line, trailing this one 21-0. Starting a fresh quarter here. Just starting the second quarter. Toss back. Hesitate there. He's got some room. Almost broke it. Taken off his feet around the 49-yard line of Oak Ridge. Good, strong run there. About a 6-yard carry. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. And Ejeckham on the tackle for Oak Ridge. It'll be a third down. I don't believe Caney Creek has had a first down up to this point. Still driving rain out there. Probably one of the heaviest rain events in a football game that I've seen in quite a while. Third down. A little bit of misdirection play. Still on his feet, eluding tacklers. Still on his feet. Down to around the 35-yard line of Oak Ridge. Good offensive play there by Caney Creek. Graves on the carry. English on the tackle for Oak Ridge. Ran with authority. I think Caney Creek is beginning to get into this rain. Good, strong. You can see on the replay there. Good, strong run. He was not going to be denied the first down. It is the initial first down, I'm pretty sure, for Caney Creek tonight. First and 10, Caney Creek. Now on the Oak Ridge side of the 50. Trailing this one 21-0. Officials trying to keep the ball dry, setting it down, keeping it covered with a towel until it's ready for play. Ball now sitting on the 34-yard line of Oak Ridge. First and 10, Caney Creek, trying to get something going here on offense. 10:55 left in the first half. Drop ball, and I think Aguilar was able to fall on it. Oh, no. So the Oak Ridge was able to pull it away. Leonardo recovering that fumble for Oak Ridge. Just a poor exchange there between the center and Aguilar, but we got to give credit where it's due. That ball is probably soaking wet. It might have lightened up a little bit. I would say it's still raining. It's not the torrential rain that we had earlier. Oak Ridge will take over, leading this one 21-0. 10:49 left in the first half. Smedley goes back in the shotgun, got his two halfbacks, two receivers on the near side, one on the far. He'll hand it off. He's got some room, going to 40, 45, and out of bounds right about the 45-yard line. I believe that was off there on the carry.
Frankie Arthur with the carry. Runs out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
That kid's going to be playing somewhere on Saturday afternoons, I can tell you. Not sure what's going to be happening at halftime. I believe maybe one of our bands is left. This is homecoming for Caney Creek. Handoff. Taken down around the 44-yard line of Caney Creek. That'll be enough for the first down, and that will move the chains. Arthur on the carry again for Oak Ridge. Manning on the tackle. We mentioned that name earlier. Manning, one of the district leaders in tackles. He's third in the district for tackles for Caney Creek. I think that rain's beginning to lighten up. Don't see as much wind. First and 10, ball at the 44-yard line of Caney Creek. Handoff to Arthur again. He's looking, going to make the corner. Go out of bounds right at about the 35-yard line. Looks like that's going to be a little short of the first down.
Runs out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
They're going to mark him out at the 36, make him a couple of yards short. That'll bring up second and 2. 10:03 left in the first half. Oak Ridge leading this one 21-0. Two receivers on the far, one on the near. Handoff. And he'll be, this one's going to be close. We'll have to see how they mark it. I see an indication from the official saying move the chains. They're going to give him the first down. Arthur again on the carry. Manning again on the tackle for Caney Creek. So a fresh set of downs for Oak Ridge, leading this one 21-0 with 9:45 left in the first half. Two receivers on the near side, one on the far. Two back set. Changing the cadence there a little bit. Do we have a flag? We did. We changed the cadence a little bit, and I think what it did, it may confuse the Oak Ridge offensive line. We've got an illegal procedure penalty. That'll push them back 5 yards. Smedley trying to keep the defense honest there, changing the cadence a little bit. Unfortunately, one of his linemen moved. First and 15. Handoff to Arthur. He's got some room. Going to make it to the sideline. Now he's on his feet down to the 25 and out of bounds around the 21-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. Kid runs with authority. We'll see if we can get a score of that game up in Willis. Willis and the Woodlands. Willis, as I mentioned earlier, Oak Ridge and Willis are tied, both with 4-2 district records, so they're trying their best to win out, make it into the playoffs. Smitty looking to throw deep. Got his man open, that same pattern that he threw earlier for a touchdown. Same pattern, same route, same toss, same result. Porter on the reception for Oak Ridge. And that will extend their lead 27-0. 9:16 left in the first half, awaiting the extra point. Rain is about stopped now. I hope the Oak Ridge band did not leave, because I think this is going to be the end of it. Of course, we said that before halftime, too, when it was starting to rain. Kick down, up, and it is good. So with 9:16 left in the first half, our new score is Oak Ridge 28, Caney Creek 0. Caney Creek had a little bit of an offensive momentum going there earlier. We're able to gain a couple of first downs, but it was right in the middle of a rainstorm and a bad exchange between the at the center, and they lost to that fumble. Could be wrong, but I believe the rest of this game will be played under much better conditions. Wind blowing pretty steady out of the north now. Yeah, that was the same pattern, same play that they scored on earlier. Looks like we've got Graves back. Check that other player for you. Got Graves and Ramsher back for Caney Creek. And Joko doing that kicking. Good, strong kicker. He can kick it deep from 5 steps or 10 steps. Good straight line drive kick, fielded around the 4-yard line up to the 15, 20. Got a little bit of an opening, still on his feet, 30, still on his feet, taken down around the 38-yard line. Good, strong run back there by Caney Creek Panthers. Graves on that reception and fielding that punt. Ejeckum on the tackle. And that's where Caney Creek will take over, trailing this one 28-0 with 9:05 left in the first half. Ball sitting on their own 39-yard line. As I said earlier, Caney Creek had a little offensive momentum on that last series, but ended up giving it up on a fumble in the middle of a torrential rainstorm. Aguilar will go under center, much better conditions at this point. He'll hand it off to his fullback, and he will go nowhere. Correction, we've got a new quarterback in there now for Caney Creek, Kamek. What is his first name? Kale Kamek. Now doing the quarterback honors for Caney Creek. They'll lose about 4 or 5 yards out of that one. I think we went back to Aguilar back in there. We're trying to check that. For For some reason, the down marker says 1 first down. I guess they're going to repeat first down. No, you can't. There wasn't a penalty on the play. I don't remember seeing a flag. Maybe I missed it. 1st and 15. May have blown, must have been a penalty. I didn't catch it. My apologies. Little toss back. He's got some room into the secondary, up to around the 44-yard line. Good strong gain. He'll be short of the first down by about 4 yards. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. Fleeks on the tackle for the Oak Ridge. 8:43, clock running. Left in the first half. Oak Ridge 28, Caney Creek 0. As I said earlier, Caney Creek got a little offensive momentum, trying to get something going here now. Aguilar under center. Little misdirection play. Staying on his feet, still on his feet, holding that ball. He'll get the first down. It'll be probably the third touchdown for first down for Caney Creek tonight. And it will move the chains. And now they're in Oak Ridge territory. The ball looks like it's going to be marked right at the 49-yard line of Oak Ridge. Rampshire on the carry. Must be a significant temperature difference suddenly, because our windows here in the press box are beginning to fog up. That front must have definitely come through. Aguilar under center. Little toss back. On his feet. Breaking into the secondary. 25, 35, 30, 25. All the way down to about the 22-yard line of Oak Ridge. It's probably the longest run tonight for Caney Creek. Graves again on the carry. Good strong run. Broke some tackles. Made it into the secondary and had to be chased down. Wilson on the tackle for the War Eagles. Yeah, he broke through the line, broke some tackles. Taken down at the 24-yard line. Deepest penetration tonight, I think, for Caney Creek. 7:12 left in the first half. It'll be a quarterback keeper on his feet. He'll get about 2 or 3 out of it. Aguilar on the keeper there. 7:02 left in the first half. Oak Ridge leading this one 28-0. And we have a penalty flag. It looks like it's a holding call on Caney Creek. That'll be a spot foul. Ajanye on the tackle for Oak Ridge. My spotter says if it gets any more foggy in here, we won't be able to read the numbers of the players. I don't know what the temperature drop is. It must be a sudden temperature drop that's done it. All right, 1st and about 20 now for Caney Creek. Just when they thought they had some momentum, get a penalty on a holding call, and now they're having to get through that. Aguilar under center. Looking to throw, rolling out, looking to throw, being pressured and taken down. He'll be taken down for a loss all the way back to around the 44-yard line. Williams, we'll give Williams credit for that sack. I think he actually is one of the top players in the district when it comes to sacks. Yes. Linebacker Justin Williams is 2nd in the district in sacks. My spotter is now taking a paper towel and wiping the fog off of the window so we can read the numbers. All right, 2nd and about we're going to say about 15. And taken down again for a loss. Let's take a correction on that. It was 2nd and 27. Now it's probably going to be up 2nd and 30. Mize on the tackle for Oak Ridge. Correction, Mize on the carry. Ajanye again getting credit for the tackle there for Oak Ridge. .535 left in the first half. Oak Ridge leading it 28-0. And just up the road, the Woodlands and Willis are tied 14-14. Second quarter. Unfortunately, that one is not being streamed on our sports channel, Conroe ISD Sports. Throwing deep, got his man open, still open, and he can't bring it in. Can't bring it in. Oh boy. And he knows it. He was trying to find the ball. It had good touch on it, good high, deep pass, and the receiver just really couldn't run under it. Banks, the intended receiver there. He knew it was there, he just couldn't get his body oriented to catch it. That'll send down the punting team for Caney Creek. 5:08 left in the first half. Caney Creek trailing this one 28-0. We have an official timeout. We'll take that official timeout. If it gets any foggier in here, I think, what do you call it, building facilities? I suspect when the temperature here equals the temperature outside, it'll go away, but until then, we're going to have to deal with it. Official timeout. Again, that score 14-14 just up the road. College Park, we'll get that score too. College Park just down the road, taking on New Caney. That one doesn't have as much playoff ramification with it. College Park is one of those, like Conroe, is trying to get, gonna need a lot of help to get into the playoffs. Of course, New Caney's pretty much, they're leading the district and their playoff position's pretty much secured. I think I felt the air turn on, feeling much better in here now. All right, 4th down for Caney Creek, punting. Got their punter on the field. High snap, I think we have a whistle. We do have a whistle and a penalty flag. Let's see what the indication is. It'll be a false start on New Caney. That'll push them back 5 yards. They'll be kicking from around their 50-yard line. Probably just inside the 50. Ball now sitting at the Oak Ridge 48-yard line. Good snap. Kick took a little bit of a, looked like it got caught in the wind. There is a good, like I said, a good strong north wind. Now this field is positioned, I could go out of bounds around the 34-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark it. It's a north wind. This field is situated east and west, so it's pretty much a crosswind, although I suspect that's probably a northwest wind, or the wind coming out of the northwest now, so he was kicking into it, and it looked like you could tell it by the way the ball went up and kind of died. All right, 1st down for Oak Ridge. 4:53 left in the first half. Smedley back in the shotgun. Ball sitting right at the 30-yard line of Oak Ridge. Good. Arthur on the carry, running over tackles, running over tacklers all the way out to the 49-yard line. I think that's where they're going to mark him. That'll be a 1st down. Harold on the carry there, correction. Harold on that strong carry for Oak Ridge. Braylon Harold. Harold doing the honor there. And we have a penalty. It'll come back, all for naught. Good strong run there. Coming back for a penalty. I believe holding was the call. We'll do it again. 1st and 15. Smedley will hand it off. He'll get through the line, but taking good penetration there by the New Caney linebackers. Harrell on the carry again. Herrera on the tackle for Caney Creek. He got a couple out of it. I think the rain is gone for the night. as is the fogged up windows we had here in the press box, thankfully. Second and 12. I'll call it a long 11. Smedley in the shotgun. Fake handoff. Got his man right, good look-in pass or slant pattern on his feet. Taken off his feet, touchdown saving tackle there around the 41-yard line of Caney Creek. Harrison on the tackle. No, correction, Harrison on the reception. Good touchdown saving tackle there by number 25 for Caney Creek. Smart getting credit for that touchdown saving tackle. Little slant across the middle, well thrown. I think Smedley's having one of his better games of the year tonight. I don't know his completions at this point, but most of them, I think he's little toss or a little handoff here, taken down to the 30-yard line. He's completed most of his passes tonight. I can't remember hardly any that have not been completed. We don't have a statistician, unfortunately. Porter on the reception and carry, or I should say the handoff and carry. Manning on the carry. Manning on the tackle. Some people like to call that a little jet sweep, where the ball's handed off quickly by the quarterback. Another handoff, same side of the field, taken down to around the 23-yard line. Be short of the first down. 3 minutes even and counting left in the first half. Oak Ridge leading this one 28 to nothing. We'll call it second and about 6. Morgan on the carry for the War Eagles. Almost inside the red zone again for the War Eagles, leading this one 28 to nothing. 2:37 left in the first half. Snap back, handoff again, good hole, good penetration, running over some tacklers, all the way down to around the 9-yard line. Good strong run there. I believe that was Arthur, wasn't it? Harrell again on the carry. My mistake. Smart doing the tackle on the solo tackle there. Good strong run. Now the War Eagles are in the red zone, leading this one 28 to nothing. 2:10 and counting left in the first half. Official timeout. I think we have an equipment issue with one of the Caney Creek players. I take that back, just some substitutions being made. First and goal for Oak Ridge, leading at 28 to nothing. 1:44 and counting left in the first half. Handoff. I believe that was Arthur that time. Correct me if I'm wrong. He'll take it down to around the 6-yard line. Now they'll mark him at the 7. Correction, Harrell again on the tackle. Yeah, Arthur may be, Coach Schmidt may be keeping Arthur on the sidelines a little bit for that game next week, pivotal game next week against Willis. Looking to throw, fading. Got his man in the end zone, threw a little bit behind him. It'll drop fall incomplete. Pass was thrown a little bit behind him. He went back to try to catch it. Pass intended for Harrison. Broken up there. One minute, 1 second left in the half. Third down, third and goal for Oak Ridge. Got this one well under control, 28 to nothing with 1:01 left in the first half. Fake handoff, looking to the corner of the end zone, got his man wide open, and it will they give it to him? Yes, he did. Got a foot in bounds, and another score for Oak Ridge. Good, strong pass. Well, good catch. Morgan on the catch. That was one, sit there and watch the play develop. It was more of a timing pattern. Ball, Smedley did a great job of throwing that one right before he made his turn. good timing pattern, well run. Kick down, or ball down, kick up, and it is good. So our new score with 54 seconds left in the first half, Oak Ridge 35, Caney Creek 0. I honestly don't know if the bands are going to be performing at halftime. The rain has stopped. I don't see any of the bands getting ready. It is homecoming for Caney Creek tonight. Typically they do those homecoming honors after the contest. I'll see if I can find out from officials during halftime. I think the Oak Ridge band has left. That could be because of competitions tomorrow. I don't know. My apologies. But it could have been because of competitions tomorrow. And I want to say I read something on social media that there is a big contest tomorrow down in Houston. But neither of the bands are here in the stands at this point. And I don't know if Caney Creek is going to band is going to hang around for the homecoming festivities that will typically occur at the end of the game. I don't know if that will mean the teams will shorten their halftime or not. Graves and Ramshire back to receive. Good, strong kick. Will hit into the end zone and go out the back for a touchback. 54 seconds left in the first half. Oak Ridge well in control of this one now, 35-0. We'll try to check some scores of the other games in the area, including the Astros. So Caney Creek will take over on their own 25-yard line, trailing at 35-0. 54 seconds left in the half. Who's our quarterback? I think we went back to Caney, am I right? No, I take that back. Aguilar is our quarterback. Little handoff misdirection. Trying to find some room, taking off his feet right out about the line of scrimmage. They might give him a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. They did. They gave him exactly a half a yard, it looks like. That score of New Caney and the Wood and College Park down at Wood Forest Bank Stadium is 14-7. So College Park is holding their own. Caney Creek's got a very strong team this year. Or I should say New Caney has a very strong team this year. 2nd and 9.5. Aguilar under center. Toss back, ball on the ground, and he will be recovered by the halfback there. That might have been one where he was picking his hole in the offensive line before he had his hands or had the ball secured well. And that's the end of our first half. Again, our score, Oak Ridge 35, Caney Creek 0. This may be an abbreviated halftime given the fact that the bands I don't think are going to be performing. It'll be up to the coaches if they how long they want to take. But we're going to go ahead and take a break from the audio, and we'll return at the beginning of the second half. You might want to jump over to the Conroe ISD Sports channel and catch that game currently going on. I don't know. I think are they still playing down there, or they go up pro for halftime? That game's still going on. You can switch over on the Conroe ISD Sports channel and catch the end of the first half of that contest. Again, College Park taking on New Caney, and right now New Caney's ahead 14-7. We'll join our audience back here at the end of halftime. Normally during this time, of course, one of the bands will be finishing their halftime show, but again, because of the weather came through earlier, really a torrential rainstorm, the band sought cover, and I think there's competitions going on in Houston tomorrow. Bands, I know the Oak Ridge band has left the stadium to prepare for that event tomorrow. Should be beautiful weather for that. Going to be chilly. Oak Ridge comes out onto the field now. Again, Oak Ridge leading this one well into control, 35-0. And here come the Panthers. So we may get started a little bit earlier here. Appreciate you joining us. With a wide margin in the score, oftentimes coaches will get together and agree to let the clock run continually in the second half. Don't know if that'll be the case. We'll have to wait and see, but might be the case at least in the fourth quarter. Caney Creek is a very young team this year. They're just a few seniors on the entire squad. Officials are on the field waiting for the teams to take the field. Oak Ridge won the toss in the first half and deferred, so they will be receiving. Good stiff wind blowing out of the northwest. Looks like Caney Creek wants to defend the west end zone, which will put Oak Ridge kicking into that stiff breeze. Oak Ridge has a good, strong kicker. I'll be interested to see how it goes into that, how the ball travels into that stiff wind, right, northwest breeze. As I mentioned earlier, I stepped outside at halftime. I bet the temperature has dropped a good 10 degrees, maybe more, but the wind adds a little chill to it. Officials blow the ball ready for play. Martinez doing the kicking. Good, high, deep kick. He's kicking for that win, and you can tell ball will be fielded in the end zone and dropped to a knee right there. Didn't field it cleanly. I don't think he wanted to run it out anyway. It'll be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 25-yard line. That's where Oak Ridge will take over, leading it 35-0 here just starting the second half. Looks like Medley's still in there at quarterback for Oak Ridge. Smedley, I should say. Steve Smedley. Two receivers on the near side, one on the far. He'll hand it to Arthur. He's got some room. Take that back as a different fielder. I'm not sure Arthur's going to be back in tonight. We'll see. Harold on the carry there. Smart on the tackle for New Caney. He's got enough for the first down. Ball comes out to around the 36-yard line. That'll move the chains, and Oak Ridge we have a whistle, official timeout. Caney Creek trying to hold that explosive offense of Oak Ridge. Again, official timeout. Ball now sitting on the 36-yard line of Oak Ridge. Again, they've got this one under control, 35-0. 11:42 left in the third quarter. First and 10. Steve Smedley still in the game. Might see some clean jerseys coming in later as this contest continues. In the shotgun, two backs, two receivers on the far side, one on the handoff, a little bit of a sweep. Going to try to find some daylight. He'll get a yard out of it, maybe two. Called it second down and about 8. Perez on the tackle. Correction, Perez on the run. Hayes on the run for Oak Ridge. Get it correctly here. Herrera on the tackle for Caney Creek. 2nd and 8. In the shotgun. And that'll bring a little illegal procedure penalty. One of the offensive backs jumped, wasn't sure of the count, and it'll push him back 5 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 15 now. Yeah, I can tell it's a little chilly out there. Smedley's got his hand muff and keeping those hands in the hand muff, and wasn't doing that the first half. Hand off in the middle, hit around the line of scrimmage, taken off his feet. He looks like he'll get back about close to the original line of scrimmage. We'll call it 3rd and 10. 10:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Oak Ridge again in control of this one, 35-0 over Caney Creek. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. 3rd and 10. Oak Ridge definitely not in any hurry at this point, leading at 35-0. Clock is running. 10, 12, 11 left in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers on the near side. Going to throw a little out pattern here, out into the flat. Got his receiver. He's going to take the ball up to around the 44-yard line, 43. Yeah, they're going to give him the 44. It'll be 4th down and about 2. Be interesting to see what Oak Ridge does here. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. Pair on the tackle. Looks like they're going to send their punting team out. Ferrand doing the kicking honor, punting honors. I don't think this may be the first punt that Oak Ridge has had tonight. He'll be kicking into that stiff breeze. Good kick. Won't turn over, but will carry. Rampshire back to receive, and he'll let it roll. Good, strong kick into that stiff wind. He kept it down, made more of a line drive out of it, and that was a good move. And that's where Caney Creek will take over, trailing this one 35-0. Looks like they're going to mark the ball, still waiting for them to place it down. Looks like they're going to mark it right at about the 16-yard line. I mentioned Ferrand, the kicker for Oak Ridge. Caney Creek taking over here. He'll toss back, get a couple out of it. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. Yeah, William Ferrand is now 3rd in the district in punting. Demonstrated that with that last kick into a good stiff breeze. We'll call it 2nd and 9 for Caney Creek. Ball now sitting on the 16-yard line. Aguilar under center. He's got 2 receivers on the far side. Going back to throw, looking. Pass is high and incomplete. Pass was intended for Banks for Caney Creek. Threw it into a crowd, hoping the receiver could go up and grab it just a little bit too high. It's going to make it 3rd and 9. Possession down here for Caney Creek, trying to claw back into this one. 8:14 left in the 3rd quarter. Little handoff, sweep, break a tackle or 2, taken off his feet, stays in bounds. That'll keep the clock running. Looks like they're going to give him a Graves on the carry. Looks like they'll give him a couple of yards. Looks like we're going to take an official timeout. Wait for the officials to place the ball. Wilson on the tackle for the War Eagles. It's going to bring up a 4th down. The ball now sitting on the 19-yard line of Caney Creek. I'm sure they'll send their punter out on the field. Garcia back to punt for Caney Creek. He'll be kicking with the wind. Bad kick will roll into the end zone. Will it be recovered by Oak Ridge? It will be recovered by Oak Ridge for a touchdown. Just a bad snap, unfortunately. Jalen Jackson for Oak Ridge fell on that ball in the end zone, scored himself a touchdown. Just a bad snap on a wet night. Couldn't field it cleanly. Rolled into the end zone for a touchdown for the War Eagles. Waiting the extra point. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So our new score was 7:41 left in the third quarter. Oak Ridge 42, Caney Creek 0. War Eagles will send their kicking team back out onto the field. Njoku doing the kicking. Good, got a good strong kick, or good strong foot. Kicking into a pretty stiff breeze, northwest breeze. Ramsher and Graves back to receive for Caney Creek. It is a strong kick, but you can tell it's hitting the wind. He'll have to come up and grab it, caught it on about the 15-yard line, up to around the 30, 33-yard line. Yeah, the ball got caught up in the wind, and allowed the receiver, I believe that was Graves, to run up and catch it on a dead run, and gave him a good solid run back. Gets the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line. That's where Caney Creek will take over, trailing this one 42-0. 7:36 left in the third quarter. And that's halftime score up in Willis. Willis and the Woodlands are still tied at halftime, 14-14. No, 21-21. Still a good game. Willis trying to stay in the hunt for that one of those final spots in the playoffs. Aguilar will hand off a loose ball. It looks like I don't think it was loose in his arms. I think he was able to recover it. He'll lose a yard on it, lose a couple. That'll make it 2nd and 12.
Leading the way for the War Eagles, number 95, Brian
Leonardo on the tackle for the Oak Ridge War Eagles. Been a long night for Caney Creek, but they've stayed in there. Looking to throw a little quick pass out into the flat, and it'll drop incomplete. Never really got a good grip on that ball, I believe. That'll make it 3rd and 12. 6:47 left in the third quarter. Our score 42 Oak Ridge, Caney Creek 0. Astros score, I understand, is 5-3. What inning is that? Bottom of the 4th. Aguilar looking. Little pass is deflected and intercepted. Knocked up in the air, intercepted.
Intercepted by number 29, Jackson Wiley.
Wiley on the interception. It was hit at the line of coming off the line of scrimmage by one of the linebackers, did catch the number, knocked up in the air, a little tip drill is what it boiled down to. And Riley was able to get his hands on that, got himself a nice little interception. Do we have a different quarterback in there now? We'll check that. Handoff. Taken down to around the 20-yard line. Good solid gain. It's number 15. We'll check that number. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. We're checking the quarterback. Jonas Lee is our new quarterback for Oak Ridge. Call it 2nd and 6. No surprise there. The Oak Ridge having this contest well under control and them definitely in the playoff hunt. Give the younger players a chance to get some snaps. Handoff in the middle, good hole. Still on his feet. Be close to a first down. Looks like they're going to mark him a little short, probably a yard. Hayes on the carry again for Oak Ridge. Alvarez on the tackle for Caney Creek. Got a bad angle looking at the down marker. They're going to show it 3rd down and 2 to go. Snap back, handoff in the middle, and he was hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He will not get it. He'll pull up short. He'll lose a couple of yards on that. That'll make it 4th and about 4. Perez on the tackle, a good strong tackle there by Caney Creek. Good penetration. Takes Oak Ridge down for a loss. Now it's about 4th and close to 5. We'll call it a long 4. 5:04 left in the 3rd quarter and counting. Oak Ridge in control, 42-0. Jonas Lee looking to throw, got his receiver out in the flat, on his feet, eluding tackler, staying on his feet. He'll be taken out of bounds around the 12-yard line. Hayes on that reception. Good, strong run there, eluding tacklers, breaking tackles. That will be enough for a first down. The War Eagles back in the red zone again, a place where they've been oftentimes tonight. Ball now on the 19-yard line. I think that's correct. The scoreboard says 19. It looks like to me like it's about on the 12. Handoff. Got some room. Hitting that line, hit hard by one of the linebackers. Taken off his feet right around the 9-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Hayes on the carry for the War Eagles. Perez on the tackle for Caney Creek. Lee back in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Good hole. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Will go into the end zone for a touchdown. Hayes getting a touchdown under his belt. 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Our new score, Oak Ridge 48, Caney Creek 0, awaiting the extra point. Webb doing the kicking for the extra point for Oak Ridge. Kick is up high enough, long enough, and it is good. So our new score, with 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter, Oak Ridge 48, Caney Creek 0. That College Park game is being, I mentioned earlier, is being streamed tonight, being played down at Wood Forest. College Park taking on New Caney, district leading New Caney, I should say. And at last check, we'll check a score, but at last check, College Park was trying to hang close. I think our halftime score was 14-7, New Caney. think we had a penalty on the play. It'll be marked off on the waiting for the official to mark the ball. It's closer. New Caney 14, College Park 10. Again, that game is being streamed on the Conroe ISD Sports channel. My fellow commentator Jackson Cochran doing the play-by-play in that contest. Does a great job. He's a little more animated than I am, I have to admit. But it sounds like Jackson's got a good one down there. Again, you can watch that game on the Conroe ISD Sports channel on YouTube. Yeah, it must have been a penalty. My mistake for catching it. Penalty against Caney Creek on the kickoff. He'll be kicking, and Joko will be kicking off from the Caney Creek 45-yard line. I think he might put this one through the crossbar. Let's see. Now it's a squig kick. Kick it hard. It'll go out the back of the end zone. Or roll out the back of the end zone, and that's where Caney Creek will take over on their own 25-yard line. I did not see the indication of that penalty. Typically on a play like that, it's probably unsportsmanlike conduct. On the extra point. All right, Caney Creek. Ball now sitting on their own 25-yard line. Trailing this one 49-0. 3:24 and counting left in the third quarter. Little toss back, trying to make the corner. Little stiff arm. Good solid run all the way out to around the 43-yard line. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what the indication is. Might have been a hitting out of bounds. We'll see there. Could be another 15 yards added to it. Let's see what the indication is. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. What's our indication? Yeah, personal foul. Official's microphone is not working, but I think it was probably a hit out of bounds. That'll move the ball down well inside of Oak Ridge territory. Looks like they're going to mark it on the Oak Ridge 41-yard line. That's where Caney Creek will continue. Kamek is back in calling signals. A little bit of a misdirection play. Looks like he may get about a yard out of it. Yeah, Kamek is back in there for Caney Creek at this point. Cale Kamek back in the quarterback position, getting him some snaps tonight. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Ball sitting on the 39-yard line of Oak Ridge. I know the Panthers would love to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. Again, a young team, though. Very few seniors on this team for Caney Creek. Kamek will hand it off. And good hard run, staying on his feet. Staying on his feet all the way out to the 32-yard line. It looks like he'll be about a yard short of the first down. Cullens on the carry for Caney Creek. Boudreaux on the tackle for Oak Ridge. No, they're going to give him the first down. They'll move the chains. Ball sitting just outside the 31-yard line for Caney Creek. They'll pick up a fresh set of downs. 1:37 left in the third quarter. Cale Kamek toss it back. Good hard run up to the 25, down to the 25, 23-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, but a good strong first down run for Caney Creek there. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. Wilson on the tackle for Oak Ridge. Good, solid 7-yard run there by Graves. Make it 2nd and short. We'll call it 2nd and 3. Cale Kemick calling the signals now. Little reverse handoff, staying on his feet, hit the backfield and take it down. Good strong tackle there by the Oak Ridge linebacker, or defensive lineman, I should say. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. Pearson on the tackle there for Oak Ridge. Good strong tackle, arm tackle, solo tackle. That one will help his stats. And we have a timeout. Take that back. Into the third quarter. They're going to let the clock run out. And with the whistle, we have ended the third quarter. Going to start the fourth. Oak Ridge totally in control of this one, 49-0. This may be a situation again where the officials, coaches allow the clock to run continually. Do we have anybody wanting to do the inflatable man dance tonight? I don't know. These folks have been rained on, cold temperatures. I'm not too sure they're in the dancing mood, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to get out from underneath their blanket or off their warm seat in the stadium. Appreciate you joining us. We've got another quarter to play here. Caney Creek trying to get their first score of the night. Ball now sitting on the 26-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 5 for Caney Creek. At this point, they're in 4-down territory. Little handoff, going to try to make it around the end. Going to be hitting the backfield and taken down for a loss. That'll make it 4th and about 7 or about 6. Ramsher on the carry. 4th down. Let's see what they do. Like I said, probably out of field goal range, especially kicking into that wind. Caney Creek will go for it here. Kamnick is still your quarterback. He'll send 2 receivers to his right. Under center. Looking to throw, looking to find his receiver. And pass falls incomplete. The ball will go over on downs. 11, 13, 12, counting down in the contest. Pass was intended for Banks. I would imagine Oak Ridge, we may have seen the last of Steve Smedley for the evening. We'll see. Lee was our quarterback in our last series of downs. Ball now sitting on the Oak Ridge 28-yard line. Oak Ridge leading this one 49-0. I believe that is Lee still in there. A little bit of a high toss, handoff in the middle. He'll get a couple out of it. They'll give him forward progress. Looks like out to about the 32-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and about 6. And we'll take an official timeout. We'll give Hayes credit for the carry on that one. Still under a official timeout here at Buddy Moorhead Stadium. All right, second and about 6. We'll call it maybe a long 5 for Oak Ridge here. Lee, again, your quarterback. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He'll hand it off. Making some room here. Got way down to that's a 45-yard line. Good, solid run there. Had some blocks out in front of him. Hayes on the carry for Oak Ridge. Good strong run on the sweep. I have to believe some players are really getting tired at this point in the contest. Checking that score here. New Caney and College Park. Looks like New Caney is leading at 21-17. Again, that game is like this one is being streamed on the Conroe ISD Sports channel on YouTube. 21-17. That's a good contest there. College Park hanging tough. Ball on the ground, picked up by Lee. Going to try to do something with it and be taken off, tackled out of bounds. Manning on the tackle for Caney Creek. It looked like he just dropped the ball on the. Yeah, you can see he's kind of dejected at himself. We'll call it second down now and about 16. We'll call it second and 16. Lee in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Good hole in the middle, right up the middle, on his feet, all the way down to around the 40-yard line of Caney Creek. It looks like we may have another official timeout here. I'll take that back. Players up on his. Hayes on the carry. Good, strong carry there, all the way down to the Caney Creek 40-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Oak Ridge. I mentioned earlier we've probably seen the last of Frankie Arthur tonight. Coach Schmid saving him for that pivotal playoff game next week down at Woodforest Bank Stadium, where they will take on Willis. And right now, Willis is leading the Woodlands 28-21. That game being played just up high at 45, a couple of miles in Willis. Willis, again, that team that's trying to stay neck and neck with Oak Ridge. They're both tied at 4 and 2 in the district. Both of them trying to win out. On his feet, taking it down the sidelines. Good, strong run. That'll be another 1st down, all the way down to about the 22, 23-yard line of Caney Creek. Hayes again on the carry. McMillan on the tackle for Caney Creek. Yeah, both of those games, the game down at Woodforest Bank Stadium, the one up the road in Willis, look like they're turning into barn burners. Willis trying to beat the Woodlands tonight. Of course, I don't think that'll knock the Woodlands out of the playoffs, but it will definitely help shore them up and really make that game next week between Oak Ridge and Willis that much more important. All right, 1st and 10 here. Lee on a handoff right in the middle. Got his running back. He'll probably get forward progress to about the 19-yard line. That'll be short of the 1st down. We got a whistle. Let's see. Don't see a penalty flag. There was one. Chop block. Chop block against Oak Ridge. I wish those officials would leave those flags on the field a little bit longer. don't see that, and it's really not an intentional penalty so per se, but it's basically when a offensive blocker is engaged, or a second offensive player engages a defensive player who was already engaged with a offensive player, and it's really to cut down on injuries. That's a lot of times how people get hurt. They're wrapped up with one player and another player comes along and hits them. Not intentionally. I mean, the offense trying to get out there and make way for their runner. All right, first down. Looks like it's going to be about 1st and 25. Ball now all the way back of the 37-yard line. Lee looking from some room, still on his feet, eluding tacklers, still on his feet, turning something or nothing into something. Get the ball all the way down to the 16-yard line, or I should say 24-yard line. Just heart and muscle right there, just heart and muscle. Looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss, stayed on his feet, eluded tacklers, made it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Gates on the tackle for Caney Creek. Good offensive play there. Now we're looking at 2nd, and I'll call it a long 12. A lot of those new Caney Creek players out there with their hands on their hips. Been a long night for them. High snap over his head, and he'll fall on it and lose a bunch. Looks like they're going to mark his forward progress on the 35-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and about 22, I guess. We'll see. Lee recovered his own fumble. 5:16 left in the game. My apologies for not giving you that clock earlier. 5 and counting. Oak Ridge well in control, 49-0. Lee in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Hit in the backfield, taken down. Hayes again on the carry for Oak Ridge. Herrera on that, we'll give him a solo tackle on that one. Tackle for a loss. That'll help him in the stats. 4th down, looks like Oak Ridge might be punting. Number 33 in to kick for Oak Ridge. Ferrand, remember this kid's one of the leaders in the district in punting. He's 3rd in the district. Averaging over 36 yards per kick. I bet he'll get that with that stiff northwest breeze out there right now. And looks like Oak Ridge is going to take a delay of game penalty. Run that clock down. 4:09 left in the contest. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I bet he punts this ball all the way to the end zone. That is a stiff breeze. Let's see. Good high snap. More of a low kick, driving kick. Didn't catch the wind. And will roll into the end zone for the touchback. One of the Oak Ridge players doing his best to try to keep it out of the end zone. The Woodlands and Willis are now tied in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, 28-28. Again, the motivation for Willis in that contest is they're trying to stay neck and neck with Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge having this game well under control. If Willis were to lose that game to the Woodlands, it would put them at a disadvantage and put them in a must situation next week with Oak Ridge. All right, Caney Creek, 1st down, ball on their own 20-yard line. 3:34 and counting left in the contest. Little high pass out to the flat. A little bit too much mustard on it. It'll drop incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. Ramsher, the intended receiver there for Caney Creek. Looks like they're going to throw that as Didn't see a penalty. Looks like they're going to. Did they mark that as a lateral? I believe they did. I believe they marked that as a lateral. Where it went out of bounds is where the ball is going to be marked. Puts the ball all the way back on the 12-yard line. Little handoff in the middle. Got some room on his feet. Now it's a foot race. It is a foot race. Can he get ahead? Down to the 50, 45, 40, and they're going to catch him right about the 38-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle there by the Oak Ridge War Eagles. Yes, on that last play, it was a lateral that rolled out of bounds, which basically was the reason why ball was placed back on the 12-yard line. Graves on the carry. If the ball had carried out of bounds without hitting the ground, of course, it had been an incomplete pass. But the fact that it was a lateral or thrown behind the quarterback, same as rolling out of bounds had the ball not been thrown. All right, first and 10 for Caney Creek here. Little handoff in the middle. 1:55 and counting left in the contest, and the clock is going to continue to run here. 1:50, 1:49 counting. Cullen on the handoff there. We'll call it 2nd and 8. I would encourage you, as soon as this contest is over, to switch over to the game being played and streamed from Wood Forest Bank Stadium, College Park, and New Caney. And that play will go nowhere. 1:15 left in the contest. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. We'll call it 3rd and 10. Again, Oak Ridge well in control of this one, 49-0. 1:05 left in the contest. Clock stopped. Our new score of the Astros, 5-5. Bottom of the 5th. Sounds like the Oak Ridge Astros bullpen may be struggling there. That game was 5-0 at one point, am I right? We'll catch that score of the College Park New Caney game being played down at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. As I said, that game is also being streamed, and it looks like it will be continuing after this contest is over. We're on a timeout now. Yeah, College Park hanging tough. 14-7 with New Caney. New Caney leading that one, I should clarify. New Caney leading at 14-7. When I said hanging tough, I meant keeping it close. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. Kamek, he'll hand it off for a sweep. He'll try to make the corner. Good hard hit there. And that might be a targeting call. We'll have to wait and see. No, it wasn't intentional. We'll see here. I would call that more of a coincidence. Graves on the carry for Caney Creek. 51 seconds left in the contest. Oak Ridge in control, 49-0. Officials are going to talk this one out. Again, did not appear to be anything intentional, especially this late in the game. They're going to wave it off. Good no call, officials. Good no call. So it'll be 4th and about 6 for Caney Creek. Kamek is still your quarterback. Clock running now with 40 seconds left. This may be the final play of the game. Little handoff. Got some room down to the 30, 25, 20, 15. Oh, he would have loved to have made it in the end zone. I think Coach may call timeout here, see if we can get a score for Caney Creek. Down to the 10-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark him. Graves on the carry. Wilson on the tackle for Oak Ridge. Of course, in this kind of situation, looks like we may have do we have a penalty? They're bringing it back. Must be. Waiting for the indication. They're going to put the ball back on the 45-yard line, negate that long run. I missed the indication, folks. My apologies. And we have a timeout for New Caney. With 22 seconds left in the contest, Oak Ridge leading at 49-0. This will probably be the last play of the game for Caney Creek. Not in a situation where they need to have one play left. 22 seconds. I suspect they could get off a couple of plays here. Again, a lot of underclassmen in this Caney Creek Panther football team. Fourth down, of course, they got to make the first down to maintain possession. Fourth and about 15. Looking to throw. Got his receiver. Throwing into a crowd, the ball will drop incomplete. Ball will go over on downs, and only 6. The clock is still running. Clock is going to run out, and that is the end of our contest. So our final score here at Buddy Moorhead Stadium in Conroe, Texas, Oak Ridge 49, Caney Creek 0. Appreciate you joining us tonight. And if you would, switch over to the live stream on the ConroeISDSports.net channel on YouTube and catch the end of that contest down at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Right now, College Park and New Caney in a tough battle. College Park trailing New Caney, the district-leading New Caney team, 14-7. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.